that you can please provide us at this hour.
Yeah, good morning. So yesterday we received quite a bit of rain in the metro raining area, which overwhelmed our system. Our system is designed to drain 1 inch of hour for the first hour and half an inch of rain after. So some areas experienced over 3.5 inches of rain in a single hour, which will simply overwhelm our system and result in street flooding. So even if the catch basins are clear of debris, it can still take time for them to drain a large volume of water, which we saw yesterday. So yesterday we did have 2 unfortunate events, which have been resolved. At the Pritchard pump station, which impacts the Holly Grove area, there are 2 pumps at that station, and one of them did not turn on automatically. This has been addressed, and we will have extra staff in that area to monitor the station to ensure everything is functioning properly.
And walk us through when it comes to the area in Holly Grove. When it comes to the canal levels, they got very high, which indicates pump issues. What was the reason behind that issue, and what was the problem with the 2 pumps at DPS 7, and why only 1 pump was on at the pump station in Holly Grove?
Yeah, the Pritchard pump station has 2 pumps. They are supposed to come on automatically. Only one of them came on automatically. We had to go turn the other pump on. So as soon as the second pump was turned on, the water levels in the streets came down and the water was pumped into the canals.
And
at Drainage Pump Station 7. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. You mentioned 7.
Yeah. So at Drainage Pump Station 7, which serves the Lakeview, Mid-City, and City Park area, we did have issues bringing the pumps on at that station. The pumps are in operation. We had challenges bringing them online to pump. We have addressed this issue, and we do have extra staff at the station today to monitor and ensure that things are functioning properly.
How many staff were at each pump station yesterday that had issues?
The Pritchard pump station is not typically a manned station, so we will have extra staff in that area today. And at Drainage Pump Station 7, we have 2 to 3 people at our large stations, and we'll have a couple extra today as well.
Why is a pump station typically not manned in person by an employee? Is that something that's going to change moving forward?
The smaller stations that are automatic pumps, we do not put people there full time, but this is something we'll certainly be looking at.
What sort of changes, wrapping up, must happen after this event unfolded? And I know you're still doing a review of what happened, but what is the biggest change that needs to happen that you have identified?
Yeah, again, we received a lot of rain yesterday, and I think this just highlights the need to continue to be prepared as much as possible for every single rain event. We were prepared yesterday, but we have these lessons learned, particularly around the Pritchard pump station.
And regarding the other stations, about how many employees were at the pumps or at that station that had issues between the City Park and Holly Grove stations?
Yeah, we had around 2 to 3 people there yesterday.
Message to people that are frustrated this morning, and have you all had an estimate on the number of cars or homes that took in water?
We do not have an estimate, but we'll working with the city to understand the broader impact of that.
Okay.
We understand that there was a lot of concerns, and we certainly apologize for that and are taking appropriate action.
All right.